In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best solo drop spots of Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 1. These are all drop spots that will guarantee you Spider-Man Mythic, fishing, a pad, even peppers. So whatever the meta becomes, you'll be set. I worked really hard on finding all these drops, so make sure you drop a like on the video. This first drop is going to be this house right above Camp Cuddle. It works for either passive or aggressive players. Due to your higher loot density, you're probably going to win the fight if you key straight into Camp Cuddle. You get 2 non-boxes, a ton of floor spawns, and you're guaranteed max shield with all the coolers over here. You're most likely going to get enough chugs. If you don't get enough chugs, the non-boxes will be enough. You can also get peppers from the non-boxes. So if you're a pepper player, this might be best for you. There's also fishing barrels down at Camp Cuddle, so you could get harpoons there. And also a weapon vending machine down at the lodge. For your metal, you're going to have to either key into Camp Cuddle or you're going to have to go into the gas station back here. All gas stations have a vending machine. So if you're low on minis, you could possibly buy some over here. As well as if this gas station was uncon, there are some slurp barrels here too. Our next drop is for players who either love the Spider-Man Mythic or guaranteed full shield. You get both at this gas station over here. It's easy max metal. Metal is the #1 issue on this map right now. So I tried to include max metal in almost all the drops or just max mats in general. This one is easy max mats. You're going to loot up this gas station. Don't pop any shield while you're here. As long as you're uncon, you can get max shield just by slurp barrels alone. So make sure that you're not popping any shield. You're going to farm up the easy metal at the gas station. And then you're going to go to the side over here, drop down. This part might be contested. You're going to out loot the person down here as well as have natural high ground. So you're going to be more stacked than them and easily win the fight. Once you do that, you're going to loot up this entire area. You're easily going to cap off all your hard mats as well as get some more ammo. The metal's way easier down here. There's some broken down cars as well as those little dinghies. Down here, there's the Spider-Man Mythic. There's also a ton of fishing spots around here as well as fishing barrels for you to get a harpoon. So if Spider-Man gets removed, you could still use this drop. If Spider-Man stays in the meta, you can also loot this drop in reverse if you want to guarantee the Spider-Man Mythic. Next up, we have a drop for aggressive players. We have the taco shop over here at Greasy Grove. This spot is if you're extremely confident, you could key in cash cups. And guys, if you're gonna bag in one of the cash cups, hit the like button. If you're not lying, it'll turn blue. I promise. Check it out. Go try it. Anyways, this spot's super good because it's also good for peppers. So if Spider-Man gets removed and you're a pepper player, this will be a good spot for you. As you can see right here, I have 6 peppers. The AI also, if you go to save, sells chili chugs. So you can get chili chugs over here. There's also a weapon vending machine, easy max metal. Just make sure you're farming some of the pipes, the car outside, and then these gates. After that, you can also get Spider-Man Mythic here. It's really simple. All you have to do, instead of fighting people inside of Greasy, you just take a car, drive over here, and you'll get a Spider-Man Mythic. There's also some shield mushrooms on the ground. So if you're low on shield, you can pop those. Next, we have Crackshot's Cabin, aka the guaranteed llama spawn. This is for more aggressive players. Now, the reason I'm saying you can also get a Spider-Man Mythic here, I'll show you at the end. But listen, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to land Crackshot's Cabin. You're going to have the best drop, or else you're going to lose the 50-50. You're going to want to farm up some mats on your way to the llama in case someone landed there. If they landed there, you outgun them super easily. If you're the first person there, make sure you box up the llama, kill it. If you're super uncon, you can leave the llama alive for a little longer so it poops out some more shield and ammo. After that, take one of the quad crashers or ATKs over to the bridge. Check if a Spider-Man Mythic is there. If it is, you got lucky. You're going to be stacked for the rest of the game and you can set up for Storm Surge without spending any time farming. This is definitely one of the best drops on the map. At drop number 5, we have a house behind Chonkers Speedway. This one's another passive drop. If you're just trying to play endgame, this is one of those drops for you. There's some non-boxes here in case you want peppers. There's a chance of getting peppers for endgame. There's 60 shield and slurp barrels guaranteed over here. So the non-boxes might get you full shield instantly. So you're always going to have spare shield from whatever you get from the chest. Don't farm any cactuses while you're over here. But after you looted what's inside the house, you're going to want to go down to the dock over here. There's coolers and a chance for a harpoon. And once you're over here, this is how you get your max metal. There's a ton of broken down cars. Once you finish farming up all those cars, it's going to take you a second. But once you're done with that, you're going to go up behind Chonkers. You're going to get this extra chest over here, farm up your max wood. And then after that, you're going to grab a Lambo. Lambos have max fuel. They have the God tires on it. It's going to be your rotation. It's a really good spot if you want to play endgame. Next up, we have another passive drop. It's over here by Greasy Grove. This house is extremely broken for the Spidey mythic. No matter what, you're gonna get max shield, spare minis, and there's a chance for peppers. Currently with Spider-Man in the game, you're gonna want to pop the peppers to get to the Spidey mythic even faster. There's also a possibility of harpoon over here. There's a slurp barrel inside this little house right here. There's shield shrooms over by the Spidey mythic. Make sure you're breaking all the Spider-Man mythics. On the off chance that you don't have max minis, there's a chance that you get more from that. There's almost no metal for you to get on your way, but this gas station near it is super secluded and you're able to get max metal over there. Since you rotate over here so early compared to anyone else, majority of the time you're gonna have this to yourself. After that, you'll be able to use your Spidey mythic to swing away and get any more brick or wood that you might need. Next up, we have another passive drop over here. We have the islands. You can get max metal pretty easily just by farming and breaking all the metal objects inside of these buildings. You're rarely going to be contested, but if you are, make sure you land at the building that I first landed at over here. You're going to be able to get more mats and more loot before the other person can. This shop is mainly good if you like being really passive and if you like fishing or the possibility of harpoons. There's 2 fishing barrel spots for a chance of harpoon and a good amount of fishing spots near it. If you see the other islands are uncontested and if you have bad loot, you could rotate to those. This spot is mainly if you're struggling to get a spot uncon and you want an uncon spot to land at. This one's going to be one of the best spots for you. You could also use the rock to rotate out, so that's pretty good. This next drop right here is actually one of my favorites for getting Spidey mythic. It's guaranteed max mats and it does have the non-box, so you have a chance of getting peppers and looting this entire area even faster. What you're going to do is go ahead and follow the loot route that I show on screen over here. You're going to get enough loot to be able to play the game out. As long as you're farming up everything, you're going to Spider-Man around. You're going to farm up max metal over at this area over here. Once you finish doing that, you're going to drop down to the dock. You have a chance of getting a harpoon over here. In case Spider-Man meta gets out of the game, this spot will still be viable. There are some rifts near it too at the vault across the lake. You can Spider-Man over to that and get your positioning for good surge. We have another passive spot right here. It's a temple by the sanctuary. This spot is really good if you like to play for a pad and having pads most of your games. There's 26 floor spawns, so the odds are pretty high of getting a pad. This is one of the highest floor spawn density spots on the map that isn't a POI. I was checking the streamable replays. It looked uncon for most of it. If you do get con, the more you land here, the better you'll get at it. You'll know where the floor spawns are, and you'll have the easiest time just fighting someone and getting a weapon before the other person. There's 2 slurp rails here, so you get some more shield. There's also some fishing holes next to it. So if you get a harpoon from one of the floor spawns, you can fish that up real quick. It's super easy max wood and brick, but the way to get metal is you're going to want to rotate over to the gas station that's right next to it. Once you're there, you're going to spend your time farming up metal. It's going to take you a minute, so people are probably going to rotate into you, so just watch out for that. But if you do like pads and Spider-Man gets out of the game, this will be one of the best spots for solos, as it does follow the meta pretty hard. Drop number 10 is going to be this metal house between Coney and the Daily Bugle. This is a really passive drop, but if you want the Spider-Man mythic, this is one of the best. You're going to want to farm up a little bit of metal in here before you rotate, because it's going to be your only chance to get metal throughout the entire game. This is one of the only drops that I couldn't find more metal for you. If you're playing arena and these chiller grenades are still in the game, make sure you use them to boost yourself over towards the Spider-Man mythic. After you've done that, what you're going to want to do is swing over to this house. Once you swung over to this house, you're going to loot it up. There's a non-box over there. Because of that non-box, you could play for peppers over here in case Spider-Man gets out of the meta, but this spot is only really good because of Spider-Man. You can use it after that to go right outside of Coney and get these coolers before anyone else. Because of that, you'll have good shield, you'll have good guns, and you'll have Spider-Man mythic. Now you can farm up your wood and brick and set up for surge and play the rest of the game out. Next up is my favorite, most underrated drop, the Joneses. This POI, barely anyone was landing at. In Streamer Bowl, on West, 1 person landed there in finals, and on East, 2 landed it. They split it. The reason I love this drop so much is because you're able to get max mats super easily. You get good loot, good ammo. There's coolers all around, so you're able to get chugs or guzzle juice, but you know, you want the chugs. I like landing the south side because it's the easiest to move and get the Spider-Man mythic right after. If you get the Spider-Man mythic, you know you're set for the game. You're following the meta. If Spidey gets taken out of the game, there's still non-boxes over here. There's the coolers for chugs. It's super easy to play. The Joneses is just my favorite spot. It's definitely the most underrated drop in solos right now. To get max metal, all you have to do, you can either go to the gas station, swing over there, farm up that, but you could also go back to the main house that you landed at if you land this side of the Joneses, the far south side, and you can farm the roof for max metal. Now, the Joneses, you could also land the far north side. You don't want to land in the middle because because if you're fighting, that's where you're going. You're gonna go on top of the middle to get loot control on the other person. So if you're gonna land here, you have to land either the south or north side. The reason I like the south side, it's closer to the Spider-Man mythic, so if you want to play more passive, you can get away faster. But the north side does have more heals. It has its advantages. It's just one of the best drops on the map. There's 2 weapon vending machines, and the Jonesies sell shotguns, so leaving this drop, you'll never have bad weapons. Yeah, I hope you have a drop spot now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If it turns blue, you don't have Ligma. Go check if you have Ligma. Hit the like button, see if it turns blue, and then there's a video over here, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. We need the numbers. Subscribe, and this video over yeah, right here. Oh yeah, I know you'll like this video. Hit yeah, and like and subscribe in videos. Yep.